G'day guys, Riley here from RD Auto Electrics and welcome back to the channel. Today you are tuning in to episode 4 of our GQ Patrol build series. Now as you can see, it's looking super shiny. Today we are actually about to head up to the Perth Fall Drive and Adventure Show, and we'll have the GQ on display from this Friday to Sunday. Now by the time you guys see this episode, the show will have well and truly been and gone. But yeah, it's come up absolutely schmick. We've obviously spent quite a bit of time getting it all shiny, detailed, ready to go, and we look forward to an awesome weekend at the show. Now it's time to address the elephant in the room. Obviously it has been a solid few months since we released episode number 3, and that is due to having some dramas with the build. Now we are definitely not a fan of having any negativity on this channel, so we're going to keep it very brief, but I do think it is important that we address the issue that we have had. Now you may have not noticed yet, but we do have all brand new bar work fitted to the GQ, which has been fabricated by Darcy and his team at Option Engineering. Now this is obviously a change from the original bar work that we had fitted to the vehicle. Now, like I said, we're not going to go into too much detail. If you do have any specific questions on why this was necessary, you can obviously contact us privately. But to sum it up, there was some serious safety concerns with the previous bar work. I'm not a fabricator, so at first sight, I was genuinely happy with the bar work that was fitted. It seemed to be all performing well on the first couple of trips that we had, and it was all going well until it didn't. So that pretty much sums that up. We did return the bar work to that fabricator. They did provide us with a full refund for the purchase, so we're happy with that. That's all behind us now. We now have a brand new set of bar work fitted to the Patrol. We're super happy with how it's come up. So that includes our front bar, rock sliders, and our rear bar. Alrighty, so now that we've got the hard stuff to talk about out of the way, let's get on to this awesome new bar work. Now, as we mentioned in the beginning of the episode, this has all been custom made by Option Engineering, by Darcy and his team there, and they have knocked it out of the park, and we are 100% confident that we've got it right this time. So starting at the front of the vehicle with our custom front bar, it's absolutely rock solid. We've got it built with a inbuilt winch cradle. We're running the Runva 11PX winch with synthetic rope. We haven't had a chance to get this all wired up or tested yet. It's literally just bolted into the bar, ready to go. We've still got to get the control box and in-cab controls all sorted for that, which is on the to-do list. Now, we wanted to keep this front bar as low profile and compact as we could. Some of the other bars on the market that we've seen come up quite high in this midsection. The issue with that we saw is that it blocks a lot of the airflow through the radiator and the front mount, which will be on the way next year. So I wanted to keep it nice and low to the car, but still house the winch, be nice and strong. It's got a couple of antenna tabs on it to house our GME UHF radio, and apart from that, it's pretty basic. We didn't put any lights or anything in it at this stage. Just want it to be nice, low profile, and most importantly, strong. One of the main things that I love about the bar is how well it's contoured to the vehicle. Now keep in mind that this was a one-off custom made, so it's not like these guys have made these bars on CAD and then got them all laser cut and all that sort of stuff. It's literally made on the car, and considering that, they've just done a fabulous job. They've used really good, thick, solid tubing. You've got the winch isolator easily accessible on the top there. I'm really looking forward to getting this Runva winch all hooked up and get it out for some testing, because they're supposed to be really good to use. They come with a remote. We're also going to set it up with in-cab switches as well, so we can winch in and out from inside the vehicle. Right, now on to our rock sliders. Now, to the eye, these may look very similar, if not identical, to the ones that we had fitted previously. But let me tell you that they are different in many ways, mainly how they are bolted to the vehicle and the strength of these guys. So The previous rock sliders that we had some sort of plate mount that sat under the gearbox cross member. And I'm not too sure why, but for some reason, one was put on the top side of the cross member, one was put on the bottom side of the cross member on the passenger side of the vehicle, meaning it actually sat the whole gearbox cross member on a lean, which then made the gearbox and the motor in the vehicle lean as well. So that was one of the main reasons to get these redone, is to get that all sorted, and the mounting system of these is totally different to how we had them done previously. So these are definitely rock solid, which is good because that's obviously their purpose, to protect the seals in the vehicle. And obviously they're looking beautiful and shiny now because we haven't had them out yet, but no doubt they're going to cop some decent hits when we are out using this thing as it should be used. So it's very important to have something solid there, because obviously the whole purpose of these is to prevent panel damage. So really happy with how they've come up. Once again, nice and fitted to the vehicle, and super happy with the finished product. Okay, now on to the exciting one. This is by far my favourite piece of bar work on the Patrol, which is the rear bar. Now, a couple of key features. These side wings here are actually braced back to the body right at the back here where the mud flaps are incorporated. So if you do cop a hit on this front corner, which is one of the spots that you're most likely to cop a big hit, rather than it bending back and smashing into your rear quarter, it's actually braced back to the chassis where the mud flap is, again through the middle, and then bolted to the back of the chassis as well. So this section here where you're most likely to cop a big hit is braced in 3 positions, so it's absolutely rock solid. You can jack the whole car up with a forklift by the bar. Now got somewhere to hang the mud flaps from as well, which from a legality point is very important. With the swing arms, although we're only running the 1 spare tyre at the moment, we did get the second stub axle still fitted to the bar. So if we did want to add, say, another spare tyre or a dual jerry can holder down the track, we've already got that axle in there ready to go. Another key difference of this new rear bar compared to the previous is that this toe point actually runs right through the middle of the bar and is the same plate that bolts to the chassis. Previously, this was further offset. It was only welded to the tube, and then it was a separate plate that was attached to the body. So they were 2 separate plates. So if you put a big pull on that, there's a good chance that it would just pull that tube out of shape. Whereas this is one thick steel plate that runs straight through the rear bar, and it's bolted directly to the chassis. So that's one piece, which I'm told is super important for the strength of the bar. Onto the tyre swing arm now. So this has had some strength improvements as well, not just upright, but it's also gusseted through the bottom here and then braced back to the bar as well. It's housing our max tracks, so they're quick and easy to access when we need to get to them. This is a mounting system that we purchased from Max Tracks, specific for a rear tyre carrier, and then we also purchased the Max Tracks lock as well. Yeah, really happy with how all that's come up. It looks really nice. As you can see, the bar is shaped to the vehicle perfectly. The powder coating's come up really good, and it's nice and solid, which is all the features that you want from a rear bar. So that's pretty much all that we have to run through with the new bar work. Again, we just wanted to say that we really appreciate your patience with delivering this 4th episode. In the beginning, we had the mindset of releasing a Patrol episode about every 6 to 8 weeks as the build progressed. A lot of you guys would know what it's like when you are having some dramas. You can lose a little bit of drive and motivation, and that's sort of where we got to with this. The dramas that we did have delayed the build quite a bit. It obviously threatened the option of having this vehicle at the show. We didn't know whether we were going to get it all done in time and ready, which we have. So only just, but we got it all done. We've got all the back system finished, which we'll show you through shortly. But yeah, all these dramas and delays that we did have did put this in jeopardy. It took away a bit of our motivation and drive to get it all done, but we've done it. It's all sorted now. Past is the past. We've moved on. We're really happy with how the new bar work's come up. and we're ready to get into the next stage of the build. So thanks again for your patience and for sticking with us. You guys are legends and we really appreciate it. So now we are going to give you a sneak peek at the rear system that we've fitted in the Patrol. Now we are going to give you a full run through of the draw system, power system, all our rear setup, which will be episode number 5. So you'll have to wait for the full walkthrough. Those coming to the Perth 4Drive and Adventure Show this Friday to Sunday, you will be getting a first exclusive look inside the Patrol prior to everyone else. We haven't posted any photos of it on social media. We haven't released our YouTube walkthrough yet. That will be episode 5, but we will give you a quick look in the back now because we are really happy with how it's come up. As we mentioned previously, we are setting this thing up to sleep in. So that is it. We've got a few bits and pieces in here at the moment as we are about to leave and head up to Perth, but there it is. Fridge, draw system. There's 240 volt power points there, which means a pretty spicy power system. So if you do want to know what we've fitted in this thing, that is all you're going to get today, but you will have to tune in to episode number 5. As always, guys, thanks again so much for tuning into this episode and for supporting the channel. If you do have any questions, like we said before, about the bar work that we had previously or our new bar work, please get in touch. We'll always be happy to help. Thanks again for tuning in. We look forward to catching you on episode 5.